morning. Good morning. Good morning. So yeah, yesterday, I don't know how picky and I don't know what the heck happened yesterday, but I was about to finish Act 1 in Diablo, and the stream shut down. And then there's some mysterious YouTuber who's downvoting the video. And we know it's just people from this house. No, safely deduct that the people with control on the internet are downstairs. I don't know. They could click on the modem or do some stupid shit. You know? And all I got is like an antenna. But it's alright. It's not gonna take anything from me. What? You didn't show me. I wasn't able to see, my streamers weren't able to see how I beat, the first boss in Diablo 3. Fuck 'em. It's not gonna fucking. It's not gonna. It's not gonna be any different. Like, whatsoever. But yeah. Somebody came to my YouTube page and downvoted my shit. It's just so troll-like. And nobody, I'm guessing, I had a lot of viewers. They used to come past broadcast. My viewers stopped coming to my stream. I'm guessing since before November they gave up or they quit because I'm taking too long to stream. But that's good, because we know that, there's no need for people to be here showing envy or some other shit, or just being the criminals that they are, because most people that follow me are mainly criminals. They're mainly, the people that follow me are mainly word of mouth, and, nobody gives a shit if you got real followers or not. What matters is that you stay core, It's like being in the water in the ocean. Do you really need everyone that's out there taking pictures of you in the morning? Nah, you don't need that shit. What you need is your heart and what you do. Focus on the objective, and they can suck a big fat dick. There's no need to be politically correct. There's no need to have people watching your shit, because they probably got tired of reporting or downvoting. They thought that the people that were in my channel, me cursing like a sailor and me doing all this shit, or the people that actually do watch this shit, probably got so tired of mass reporting my shit for something to happen, and nothing happened. So they walked away from it, and they all walked away. No views, 0 views. That's excellent material. I don't need them now. I just keep something for the future within the platform. Being politically correct doesn't work, And they wish they were in the position that they stream too, because most of the people aren't. Most of the people that would watch me wouldn't be a streamer. They'd likely just be some draw from some foreign country shit, or worse, the people that are negative in my life. So today, the plan for today. The plan for today is first tell you guys that I beat Act 1 in Diablo 2 with the primary axis. I finished not the Act 1 guy, the Skull King or the Bone King, or I finished that shit. Oh, I finished that shit really quick. There was no hesitation. Just attack speed down the middle, and it was done. But the stream sorta cut off. And the plan, I had to wear a shirt. I usually wear a jacket and my chest is visible, but I wore a shirt for you guys. So the plan for today is to maybe just stream a little, maybe write a question with you guys. And then after writing a question, I gotta continue observing a video. Because yesterday, I started observing a video for the week. It's the class is qualitative research, so I need to qualitative research. So I have to sit there and observe the proposal of the plan. And then after finishing the grid, I gotta add a couple questions. I don't know. There it is. Where are we? Yeah. We definitely set down all the scenes within the observation, and now we're gonna break up the characters. Now we're gonna be able to observe something through YouTube from the first 49 seconds of it to the last 20 minutes of it. And we're gonna sort of observe anything that's living, anything that's happening, any themes, any images, any metaphors, and any undercurrents. An undercurrent is a subtle quality, or like a suspicion, tension, hostility. An undertone is like if I'm just a walking if I'm someone walking to a police officer and a police officer is about to stop me and frisk me. So an undertone would be the aggression the police officer has to stop me and frisk me. That's the undertone, or something that you could perceive or feel that's about to happen. The tension in the water in terms of the current scene in an observation. All right, let's do the question. Let's focus on the question, and then we'll shut down the stream and continue observing a 20-minute video. right, we're moving fairly quick. It's alright. I'm not gonna buy Diablo. I mean, I could, but it's a clicker, you know. And even doing that right there is extreme. Yesterday, I didn't have trouble, but I saw myself with a lot of effort in trying to do the click system, you know. Instead of clicking, Diablo 2 could have like some type of auto clicker that you not auto clicker, but that you stand there and it kills everything for you would be kind of sweet. But having to click on the mouse, it's just yeah. Having to click too much on the mouse for it, it's just caca, just bad. probably gonna be done fairly quick after this, and I'm into freaking observing the characters within the. Yeah, it might be soon. I'll just sit there and maybe put another column on it, or maybe two columns, maybe another two, so that I'm done. So it's still Wednesday. I have a long time, but I'm guessing two columns today should be alright, because the themes are going to be fairly quick, dude. A theme is going to be fairly quick too, to pull out. Characters a little bit more important. Who's in, who's out, all that. Good morning. Da, da, da. I woke up with fucking Kanye West in my head. Ran free, bro. Good morning. Da, 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 da. Alright, I'm going to have to make up a question. We provided enough of an introduction. All right, that's my question. You see how quickly I made up a question that's intelligent? Look at my brain, how my brain lit up and put the antenna. For qualitative researchers, it is important. Listen to this shit. For qualitative research, it is important for the researcher to apply a criterion to data, because data is going to be the truth. Meaning, how specific is your data is how specific the data analyzed will gain. You would learn something from. Meaning, the difference, this is all that I've learned within the past 5 weeks, or a little bit, aside other things. Case study research does not generalize, right? Or just qualitative research does not generalize. And when you generalize, you are looking at a subset of a population to claim that something is true or true. You understand what I'm saying? Meaning, a quantitative researcher utilizes a subset of a sample of a population or a sample of a population, analyzes it, studies it, and generalizes from findings, whatever the fuck they found in the sample of people, to their study, to their purpose. People and what they're experiencing adds a layer of support. That you could say, people have this because we found through a measured statistical test that they have this. That's why researchers generalize information in quantitative research. Qualitative researchers don't have that luxury. Therefore, the selection of data is more important than anything else. Because the criterion that you apply to how important is data is as best as you're going to learn from it. So there has to be a really strong background on why you select the pieces of data that you select to support a central question, to support a purpose. So it can't be all over the place. You can't just select everything about a topic and put it in there and learn from it, because it's time wasteful. And now I'm going to drive the point. If searching everything is time wasteful in terms of learning about something, you, a researcher, must focus on 2, 3, 4, maybe 10, 20 pieces of information to learn about something. The same idea in coding is there. It would be unwise to code indefinitely, because when you code information, you extract codes, themes, subteams, categories, and in the end, after you code a bunch of information, you get the big themes of information that are grounded in the research, and then you get some theory, or you made an assertion, or the same generalization that you did from people as a quantitative researcher to support your studies. The same thing you're doing to support your research or your question through data. It's basically the same thing. Consider a sample of the population, right, in your hand, and like right here, and then 20 books. And these two are both going to provide assertions and theory. You're going to be able to ground yourself in some literature. You're going to be able to argument or claim that something exists between this group and this group. Reality. 20 books through coding are going to tell you the truth, all likely related to the same thing. And 20 people or maybe 25 people are going to tell you the truth based on what they're experiencing. Truth, right here in my fingertips. So, my question for today, now that I've written a little bit about coding, fairly quick, I have a lot of information that I could just rehash and make it to me. So it's my work. So after 10 years, I'm basically a dictionary of terms. I have a dictionary of terms. Like when I write stuff, it could be old stuff and new stuff. It's just packing up into a refined essence. So for today, the same way the authors of the book established that the same way authors of this particular book, because I got like 4 or 5 that I'm reading right now. Probably a little bit more than, I'm reading more than 4 or 5, you know what I mean? I'm reading a lot of books. Says that cross-analysis is more important than searching out there for data. The criterion is more important. The selection of data is more important than anything else, because those pieces of information are going to have what you want, or you're going to look for what you want within those 5 pieces of information, and you're going to make it sort of clear. The information is not going to be there the way you want it to, the way you want to see it, but you got to extract it. So the same idea that you need random sample within references. Listen to this shit. You need random sampling to select within 20 references. The same way you select random sampling within 20 people. You select 4 or 5 to have what you want, and you get rid of the rest. So that same concept applies in data. You're looking at data, you got 20 books, analyzing 20 books, unless you're people like me, ain't gonna cut it. You're gonna look for 2 or 3. You're looking at a random, purposeful sample, or just a purpose sample within the data that you collected that might have something that you want. So, for coding data, it's the same exact thing. You can't just code everything. So my question for today, you can't be me and code everything and extract everything and then select the best like I do. And most people don't have the luxury of a $500 program or whatever. So, a qualitative researcher recognizes that he needs to code, but he must also realize how much to code. And that is the question for today. How many pieces of information should the researcher code? How many pieces of information should a researcher code? All the participants? Some of the participants? All of the books? Some of the books? Because he's still going to utilize what he needs. You're going. If I go out there, there's how many? I've got 54 references right here, and all of them are coded, but they're unrelated. They're just for the class, and they include papers, and they include certain things for the classroom. But in a real life scenario, aside the correct answer, aside the people like me answer, be like everything, code everything, and then select everything from the inside that you like. How much should you code? Because this type of qualitative is by hand, and I have already coded by hand. I know how to code by hand and start extracting themes and categories from the text to get a greater meaning. I've already done that. That was before. I already done that here. You know, I'm a little bit experienced in it. So the question for today is, we're gonna write it right here. We're gonna say it out loud. If qualitative researchers must cross analyze data in a purpose way in order to save time, where analyzing all the data available is waste. How many pieces of information should the researcher code in order to develop subcodes, categories, subcategories, themes, and overall supportive assertions to theory? That's it. How many? How far should we continue coding? Because, you know, a machine could do, I could sit there and dump 1,000 references in this shit and just be like, bump. You know, that's how I work. I'm sitting here, when I select shit to code, I'm extremely specific. If I see, like, this is how I code for my qualitative research, right? So you're sitting there, and I don't know, someone's talking about so-and-so shit, right? And they're talking about so-and-so shit in a scientific way. They're like, oh, this and that, what they thought about. Because, you know, 10 years in your academic life, you're going to start recognizing what is the researcher's inner voice, what's the researcher's supportive assertions through literature, and what are concluding thoughts. Just by what the people are writing. Because you could tell that some people bind stuff and you could sort of read where's their essence. You could technically read what is their stuff and what is the stuff in the book. Because they either let you know or put it or phrase it in a way that you know for a fact that it's something they're binding the reference into the document. They're paraphrasing the statement into the doc, you know, they're paraphrasing the reference and the document into what they said. So once you identify the point, my way of doing it is that I'm extracting data related to their text. Meaning, if they believe, if I utilize their inner voice and support their assertions through theory. Meaning, when they're talking about something that comes from their inner voice, not from the textbook, from what they believe, I support them with what they believe by looking precisely at the terms that are supported in the literature. Meaning, if they're talking about organizations, I'm looking for organizations in the code. If they are talking about something in general, what methods, what this and that, this and that should be done this way and this way. You know, whatever the heck the idea of the person is trying to write, I am looking through the, how many codes are in here? Just for one classroom, the 41 codes that are in here, and the 41 codes, in addition to a search inside the codes, sort of let me redirect my lenses into what many authors on the same subject have to say. Not just the subject, but an advantages, a disadvantage within the subject. The very specific supportive answer to what the person is trying to, you know, to support what the other person is trying to say. You know, it's complicated shit. What I do is, So yeah, let's finalize this question and make this question nice. If qualitative research, here we go. Qualitative researchers must cross-analyze data in a purpose way in order to save time. Where analyzing all the data available is wasteful. It's time wasteful. It's time wasteful. Let's just, because I know that's the author of the book, and I remember that quote. We're gonna add their book in there because that's precisely the shit that stood out. Because I remember that from the book. Because I fucking read 12, 13 hours a day. I may look like a neckbeard that do nothing. I'm extremely useful. All right. Alright, here we go. How much to code? This should be right here. Alright. Yeah, that's the question. How many? You know, because none of us have that luxury that I have. I have a luxury. I'm sitting here in the 140-foot yacht of coding right now. I'm in that. I'm proficient in the best of the best. Most people have to do this shit by hand. Most people that don't have the experience that I got have to do this shit by hand. So yeah, I might cut the stream short right here because I got to sit down and observe. But once I do 2 columns in the grid, I should be back. Probably stream some other game, but I'm not going to buy Diablo. To develop code subcodes, categories, subcategories, theme, and overall supporting statements to theories. How many pieces of information should the researcher code? Researchers need to code. Alright, what is the minimum amount of information that the researcher should code? Yeah, this one right here. Because we get 1,000 codes. And we're still going to select just the best. You know, you could do 360 codes and shit and break it down. Alright, we're gonna just cite this guy right here. Just cite right here. that's it. Ooh, that's it. We did what we need to do for today in terms of the class. You see how my brain is lit on fire for a moment? Top of the morning, top of the morning, top of the morning. Let's get the shit. Let's get the shit. Let's get the shit. Let's get the shit. And you gotta be clean to have a mind like this. You can't be out there smoking pot, sitting here in the morning with a tea. You would never do this shit. In all seriousness, you sit there and smoke a blunt in the middle of the morning, like, yeah, I'm gonna go to qualitative research class. Smoking a blunt, you won't be able to pay attention. That's a hint. For you dick fisters out there, can't be smoking pot if you want to have A's like me. And I have a perfect right now. Last week, all the work that I did last week for the class was 100% in that shit. It was fucking beautiful. I'm sitting there all scared that she might like deduct a point or two. I'm like, man, I'm so nervous. Oh no, I'm gonna get fucked in that 100. Oh. Each and every, she has my heart and my pressure. Faculty members in my university. You know, faculty members in my university all the time have my heart under about to get like a thrombosis. Because you finish shit and you submit, and then you're alright when you submitted it because you think you submitted everything, but then once they start taking that time to grade that shit, oh my goodness, you're like, oh shit, oh my god, I'm going to fucking, Then you're sitting there checking the class every hour, or it may be every 6 hours, just like, if you're really worried, every 6 hours, hey, did she grade that shit? Nah, she just graded that shit. Oh my god, fuck me. Oh shit. Shit, I'm gonna get an F on this shit. I got an A right now, it's probably gonna be a B after this class. She's gonna take 30 points off that shit. Oh my god, not 100. Oh. And then, once she gives you the grade, your whole body from tense, literally, from your whole, in my situation, I passed out after getting a grade. I've literally just passed out. Like that, just like, oh, it's good. Like that. like it's something that's like, the tensest, you know, getting good grades to me as a 3.9 GPA, it's some serious shit, my guy. Like, when you get that good, when the grades come in every week of, you know, what you had to do during the week, your body, like, it just falls and passes out. Your shoulders drop. Your legs relax. You just want to pass out, like, yeah, no? Like, you just want to disconnect yourself, like you did it. You know, that's your body immediate. That's my personal response of that shit happens. It's not like, oh shit, I got an A, let's play. Nah, it's more like, I'm playing, I'm doing shit on the computer. You know, time is going on. I get the grade. I you know, every day, you know, I'm checking for the grade to get there. I get the grade, then I'm not doing shit. I'm like, oh my goodness, thank God. You know, you relax. It's like a drug. I don't know if it's literally like they're injecting you with fucking morphine in your head, just like God. Oh, thank you. I thought I was right. You know, with that, you're like, I knew I did the right thing. Like, you're not sitting there pride every day, like, yeah, this school is bullshit. They're gonna always give me they're gonna always give me good grades. Nah, that doesn't happen. You're just, you know, you're always in that tension that you don't know how they're going to grade you. You know, you're always in that. Oh shit, what's gonna happen? What am I gonna get this week? Oh no. You know, and you submit that shit. Oh, excuse me. You submit that shit. You've been doing that shit all day. for the last 4 or 5 days. Like, oh, no. Yes, it's good. Oh, yeah. And you just want to relax because you did it. You know? Like, you just like, yeah, all right, let's focus on this. It motivates you. And then, if great or bad, listen to this shit within this university. If the teacher is, you know, how do you call it, a little bit more strict in terms of being, you know, instead of being in terms of accuracy, because some of them are really focused on accuracy, some of them are just focused that you do the work. If they're focused on accuracy and they're looking to like mess with the way you write or mess with whatever, something that I don't let them do, you know, because my documents are immaculate. I write immaculate already. I literally write immaculate. So if the teacher is out there looking for specifics, looking for something that it irks them, you just feel so pressured, like your blood level, waiting for the grade after the first and second week just starts pressuring your cranium into here, and you're just like, yeah, it's gonna happen. There it is. All right, let's do better. You know, like it isn't the morphine style 100% score or A. You know, like 2 points off, 3 points off, or whatever. It isn't that. That when you get that 3 points, that you're like, you know, you literally just, and you want to melt in the sea because you've spent 5 days on it and you did it right, you know. But when they're just taking 6, 7 points, 10 points, it's like 80. And you're like, 5 days for B, my guy. Motherfuckers. All right. So we got that. Let's make this shit beautiful now. We're gonna. I would like to observe the show with you guys, but it's on YouTube and it's just gonna hit me with a fucking strike if my YouTube channel here just barely fucking notices the episode behind my shit. Top of the morning, top of the morning, top of the morning, top of the morning. Let's get this shit. Yeah, back in the day, if you were gonna smoke cannabis, mathematics would be the class you want to go, because there's nothing else like math zooted. And I'm being honest with you. There's nothing else in the world than doing mathematics when you're high as fuck, because you're able to three-dimensionally. The people that did the math were high as fuck, so the people that did math were high as fuck. So you're sort of in the same field. You understand what I'm saying? You're literally in the same field. So you're sitting there, you doing trig, calculus, or whatever. When I was a kid, or back then, when I did talk and shit. Mathematics was, if you're gonna smoke weed, you best get in that classroom and it better be math. It better be no science. It better be math and art. And then you're gonna be burned out for the rest of the day. So expect to fail or expect not to do so well for the rest of the fucking class or for the rest of the day. If you have other classes outside those two, you're fucked. You're gonna get there burnt, sleeping, drooling on the desk like this. To the side, the drool pool inside in front of your desk. I'm talking to you. You know exactly what I'm talking about, young boy. I'm 40 years old. That's the shit that's gonna happen to you. So don't do it. Just be clean like me. I'm clean as hell. Why am I clean as hell? Because it's too expensive. That's the correct choice. Why do I not smoke or drink? Because it's too expensive. There's no need to do none of that shit. And if you do, you better do it like in the middle of the woods or some shit like that. The first time, in the middle of the woods, see if you die. You know, just go out there and, oh my God, and then drink water from the river and have the trees talk to you. Or like a little bunny rabbit talk to you, like, oh. So yeah, it's a good day. Today's a good day. Silence, nice vacuum. Nobody to bother me. All right, final question. What is the minimum amount of information that the researcher should focus? All right. What is the minimum amount of information that the researcher should code, recognizing that too much is wasteful when developing codes? That's it, baby. Got it. Yay! Every time I finish something, it feels delicious. It feels like, yeah. Every time, these baby steps every day are what have made me a doctor. Every day. Every day. No changing from what you do. Every day, top of the morning. Not after work, not when you're tired. Nah, you wake up and you do this shit. You don't do the shit, you fail. Not you don't fail, but your body's not going to be the same. And I've done it before. I've done it like, I've tried doing stuff for school later in the day, and you just take way too fucking long. Not that you don't take too long, but it's just not. It's not efficient. You're not as connected to the material, because in the morning you're way more fresh than the midday. You know, and then midday you're sitting there and you're trying to start what I just did right now, and then you're all tired. You want to go eat lunch. You want to stand up, take a piss, go take a shit, do something else. Do something else that isn't the fucking work. I'm too sexy for my shirt, too sexy for my lap. Oh, sexy, yeah. All right. So now we're headed back to YouTube, and I gotta shut off the stream to finish to do a little portion of my observational work. I gotta continue grading up the TV show. So